Back when I was probably high school age, I used to really like CollegeHumor.com. Classic sketches like the Phantom of the Office, Jake and Amir. But that was a million years ago. And over the years, in my experience, I found their comedy to just not appeal to me anymore. And that's okay. They have a target demographic, and I probably just outgrew it. I found most of their stuff pretty woke in the past few years. They've chosen a clear side. And when comedians do that, I tune out. And that's in either direction. Unless you roast equally, I think you're just a hack. And, with the proliferation of the internet and with more and more comedians not needing an aggregator to grow an audience, College Humor has faded into obscurity. If we just look at the last 90 days only, you can see significant drop in their overall traffic ratings. And most of their traffic coming from the United States. You have daily page views per visitor. And by the way, this is just in the last 90 days, down almost 30%. Daily time on site, down 25%. And most of the people that come to the site are just hitting there in direct or via search. They are receiving almost no social media traffic. In fact, College Humor used to make comedy sketches that were, how would you say, viral before there really was a viral. But the argument for a long time has been that comedy online is dying. Well, when we look at maybe a competitor like Funny or Die here, we don't necessarily see that. We see traffic steadily growing while the overall engagement is down 13.5% and time on site also down. It's not nearly as stark as you would see on for example, College Humor. Maybe it's a naming convention. We can look at Crackle, a little bit different kind of website. Massive spike here, which is pretty interesting to me. I don't think I should actually include this one. That's something totally different. Alexa thinks it's the same, but it isn't. As of today, over 100 people fired from College Humor. And I don't want to celebrate people losing their jobs. I don't think that that's kind. But it is in many ways a get woke, go broke scenario here. They didn't really, how would you say, adapt with the times. They had relied, I think, early on in a lot of Facebook type traffic and things like that. But today, almost everyone at College Humor lost their job today. Layoffs have come for another online comedy outlet, one that has managed to survive on the internet despite many challenges for nearly 20 years. Multiple sources have confirmed to Vulture that College Humor was hit with a big round of layoffs today, which a rep for its parent company, IAC, has confirmed. About 100 employees in New York and LA have lost their jobs, with Bloomberg noting that around 5 to 10 people will remain at the company as it restructures under the supervision of CCO Sam Reich, who I believe basically inherited the website. He posted on Twitter. So bad news with a twist. IAC, our parent company, has made the difficult decision to no longer finance us. Today, 100 plus brilliant people lost their jobs, some of whom are my dear friends. Hire them. The twist, however, is that IAC has agreed to let me run the company myself. In words I'm sure that are surreal to read as they are to type, I will soon become the new majority owner of CH Media. Of course, I can't keep it going like you're used to. While we're on the way to becoming profitable, we were nonetheless losing money, and I myself have no money to be able to lose. So College Humor has been losing money for some time, and if we look at the Alexa traffic, which I pointed out, it's probably been years, given how things look like. I mean, they have completely bottomed out, in January of this year. Now, I don't know if this is a search algorithm change or if they're just unfunny, because when you look at their actual website, I mean, their YouTube channel does okay. If we look at their YouTube channel, the overall traffic there is okay. By the way, if you go to collegehumor.com, it redirects to their YouTube page. With 13.6 million subscribers, still pretty low engagement, about what I get as one dude in his basement with almost no overhead whatsoever at all. You end up with, they're just not funny anymore. I think that's ultimately what it came down to. I don't know what they're making on their YouTube channel. If I look at maybe Social Blade, I could probably guess. They're probably in the top tier of traffic, but you're talking about over 100 employees strong. That's what happened to a lot of these websites. When they were young, they expanded rapidly, and because of that, they never really, never really were good business people. And to be honest with you, the web has just changed. It's no longer easy to profit from a website. It isn't. And you can see they're still growing pretty rapidly and averaging about 12 million views a month. So actually, right around what I am. Given their size, though, it's pretty crazy that they're adding over 3,000 subscribers a day and only doing 12 million views a month. So certainly not enough money coming from YouTube to cover their entire staff. Long story short, I need your support now more than ever. The number one way you can support me is stay subscribed to Dropout. We have 6 months worth of content still to release. Dimension 20, Game Changer, Break News, and more. Dropout 2.0 launches at the end of the month, along with 2 long-desired features, A, downloads, B, international Discord access. In these 6 months, I hope to be able to save Dropout, College Humor, Draw Free, Dorkly, and many of our shows. Some will need to take on bold new creative directions in order to survive. You may not agree with all of them, and this won't be the last time I ask for your support. I will, however, do my very best to stay true to the talent, shows, fans, and principles that got us where we are today. We've dropped out once before, and we can all do it again. Independent comedy lives on, just now more, quote, independent than before. And Sam writes, hey, I wish you the best. I hope that you make it last. I hope that you can rely on being, funny. But I'm kind of looking through your feed, and woke folks don't make good money. I'm guessing. That's just, based on the whole get woke, go broke scenario. But you do see some good takes here. J.K. Rowling, you have them perpetuating the J.K. Rowling hating trans people. So, there's that. I'm feeling a little less bad. College Humor, which also runs a streaming service, Dropout, has been owned by Barry Diller's IAC since 2006. IAC also owns the video site Vimeo, several dating sites and apps like Match.com, and Tinder, and the news site The Daily Beast. According to a Bloomberg report from October, IAC has been exploring the possible sale of College Humor in recent months. After Reich takes over, IAC will reportedly retain a minority stake in the company. Well, it wasn't worth anything. Unfortunately, the layoffs and even complete shutdowns have been a trend for internet comedy outlets for recent years. Several rounds of layoffs took place at Funny or Die between 2016 and 2018, including the closing of the company's San Mateo engineering office, New York office, as well as layoffs its entire editorial team in early 2018, which preceded its partnership with Vox Media platform later that year. NBC Universal streaming service CISO suffered an even steeper decline, shutting down in 2017, and Turner's comedy site Super Deluxe shut down in 2018. This is all to say that it's tougher than ever to survive as an online comedy outlet these days, especially for original video. But College Humor has managed to stick around since 1999, which is an accomplishment on its own. Well, look, if you were working there, and you are into video games and you can write funny articles about video games, I could probably find a job for you. Definitely reach out. I think that I don't ever want to celebrate people losing their jobs. I just think that this is just another huge kind of mainstream media hit. All these websites can't survive. They're struggling to get by. And they're getting bought up by VC and then a bigger VC, then a bigger VC. And ultimately, sites like CollegeHumor, maybe Kotaku, sites like this that aren't making money can only last so long before people just pull the ripcord and move on. My condolences go out to those that were laid off. I hope that, you built something on your own. I think that this is what I try to tell the few friends, the few verified blue check marks I have in the video game industry is I don't care if you have to work 2 full-time jobs like I do. Make one of them building your own brand. And that way, when Kotaku or Polygon or CollegeHumor eventually fold, people will know who you are and you'll have your own brand and your own YouTube channel and you won't have to freak out. Use these jobs as a stepping stone and not as a long-term plan, because the web is changing, video is the future, and print on websites is basically dead. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.